Temple Racing Television presents. God, this one's a doozy, boys. Ladies, gentlemen, germs, whoever's watching. Total non-stop racing podcast. Yes, we have officially renamed the podcast. Went away from the superpower hours because we started getting away from that superhero movement that we were creating, and this really fits our bill. Total non-stop racing podcast. Come get you some. We're here and we're wide the fuck awake. We're ready to kick ass. I'm gonna fucking put it in now. Hashtag Dubby. Yeah, it's great. Great stuff. That's what I'm drinking right now. This was saving my ass because today I was tired. Guess what? Not for the show. And as always, I am joined by the lovely guy that is here, busts his ass. And go follow his damn Twitch. Jason Nepper, Nep, welcome back for another episode of the podcast, just named differently.
Man, it feels like it's been forever since we done this. I throw it out there, Josh. You messaged me the other day. You said, "Nep, you want to just skip a skip another week?" I said, "No, man. I'm fucking nicking. I'm like a drug addict, man. I'm fiending. I'm having withdrawals from not doing the podcast. So, no, we're doing it this week. Fucking, let's go."
And that's exactly what we did. Here we are.
Man, but it's been an interesting 2 weeks off, but I'm ready to get back into it, Josh. I don't know about you.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. It's been a nice little break. Don't get me wrong. It's always nice to have that break from time to time. But yeah, I mean, it's been a little bit. We had that nice mental break. We both had some stuff going on, so it kind of lined up that the time we were going to take off lined up perfectly with what we were going to give the time on the show. So yeah, I am ready to fucking do this, man. It's been long awaited, and yeah, let's kick shit off. So first thing I'm going to talk about before we go anywhere, I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July weekend. It was America's 250th birthday, their anniversary. I hope you guys went out and kicked ass and had fun and enjoyed it. But guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Let's get the hell back on track. We got some exciting racing coming up this week, which we'll talk about later on. And it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. The show's going to be stacked up. We have some very interesting stuff going on tonight. Without further ado, before I go anywhere, Mr. Nep, I think you have something you need to tell everybody.
We do. I do, Josh. Um, Talked to you about this the other day. I was interested. Um, it's been almost a month since the next gens finished up their first season. Uh, I've spoke with management over there. They believe that they're probably not going to come out with the season 2 until the new game comes out. All right, which won't be until sometime in October. So that leaves a wide open gap, And don't get me wrong, we've been having a blast with the ARCAs on Sundays and the trucks on Thursday, but it leaves an open spots on those on a Monday or Tuesday night. So I had an idea that kind of kind of popped up in my head, and I wanted to bring it to y'all guys. Most of our viewers are in one of the racing leagues, and it's a little fun series I call Nep's Twisted Mayhem Shootout. Um, Basically, give you a little heads up. I mean, if you're not already in one of the 4 primary leagues that we cover here, sorry, but for this first go at it, it's only going to be limited to just the ARCA Revamp Series, the Next Gen Racing League, the Thursday Night Thunder guys, and the Nitro Racing Series. Maybe if we decide down the road to do it again, we might open up for more people. So as of right now, if you're part of those, you'll be eligible if you want to do this thing. Um, but what is Nep's Twisted Mayhem? It's real simple. Let me give you the dog pound rules. Basically, it's a race format. It's a 12 race series over the course of 12 weeks. Um, but it's a little the twist is what makes it more interesting. Um, basically, it's the wrangling. Well, we will get to that. We're going to be running at 2 times wear, relaxed cautions, no black flags. Um, damage, of course, is going to be on. No custom setups. Sorry if you have custom setups. That unfortunately, that's not going to work. All right. Now for the format, there will be 3 stages. Now, when I say 3 stages, that's where it gets interesting, and we'll discuss this here in a minute. But how I'm going to do how I would do the stages in this, twisted shootout. All right. Of course, there will be 3 stages, but to get there, we will do a field qualifying, meaning if 17 cars sign up, 17 cars on the track at one time to qualify. We're not going to break off in groups. One big qualifying will determine, what the percentage, be it 2%, 4%, whatever the case may be. We'll get there by opening night. After qualifying, we will, once we get back to the loading screen, I will get a picture of everybody's qualifying time. We will back out of that lobby. Right, and then we're going to set up the lobby for stage 1, which would be a 25% race. The key is, no matter the situation, everybody must pit at least one time. So if it's a situation where at 25%, you're at one of these tracks where you've got enough fuel to make it the whole length, you have to pit. And trust me, if everybody else goes out there and pits and one person doesn't, it's going to be noticeable. All right. Um, Now, how we're going to line up for stage 1? This is where things get a little twisted. This is what I'm calling is a bracket lineup. Now, any sports people know how brackets usually go. You got number 1 playing if there's 16 teams, you got number 1 playing 16, number 2 playing 15, yada yada yada. Well, that's basically what this lineup is, but alternated. So say we're just going to say off of 10 guys. After we qualify, the row 1 would be your inside would go to the fastest qualifier. Now here's the twist. The outside of row 1 would go to your slowest qualifier. Row 2, inside, would go to the second slowest qualifier. Outside, the second fastest qualifier. And you'd flip-flop back and forth all the way down. Row 3, third fastest and third slowest. Fourth row would be fourth slowest and fourth fastest. Fifth would be fifth fastest and fifth slowest, and yada yada yada, so on and so on. And so once we got everybody lined up, 25% race, we'll go out there, hammer it out. When we get done and we get back to the loading screen, to the main menu, we're going to back out. I'm going to get my pictures of the finishing lineup. We're going to back out of that lobby. And we're going to create another one. Now, here's a little bit of a twist. Stage 2. We are going to do a complete field invert. Meaning, if you were last, you're going to start stage 2 on the pole. If you won the stage, you're going to start in the back. You're going to see how good you are to test your ability to drive through the field. So it's a twist, and of course, 25% race. Everybody, must pit once. Now comes the third twist of it. After that's all said and done, we finish that and we load back to the lobby. We're not going to back out of that lobby. We're going to drop it down to 13% for a fast shootout. If you want to pit, you can pit. It's not mandatory to pit unless you don't have enough fuel, depending on where we're racing at. But the third stage is going to be the starting lineup's going to be set up by the fastest lap in stage 2. So, say you were 4th in the stage 2, but you had the fastest lap. Stage 3, you're going to start on the pole and all the way down the bracket. Like I said, it's something different. It's, I don't like doing things normal. I like doing things a little out of the ordinary. So it's something different. There will be points, of course, starting with first place. After it's all said and done, all 3 stages, the first place person would get 100 points. And then for each spot below that, you drop 5 points. Now, there are spots where you can get bonus points, meaning stages. There's only one person per 3 stages. That's right, I said all 3. So, all 3 stages, the only person that will receive 3 bonus points for each stage is the person who wins the stage. So, if you come in second, sorry, you don't get no stage points. So, it really makes you want to get up there and get that lead and, win that stage, get those extra 3 bonus points. So I'm excited about this. Now, how we're going to do this? I've talked to Josh. We're going to put up a poll on, one, we want to see if people are actually interested in being a part of this. And we're going to put polls up, one, if they're interested in it. 2, like I said, there are 12 races. So if we get enough people that's interested in doing this, we're going to put up there for 4 different polls for you to pick 3 super speedways, 3.5-mile tracks, 3 short tracks, and 3 road courses. Now, of course, granted, when I say super speedway, I am including Indianapolis and I'm including Atlanta. As we all know, Atlanta has now become a super speedway. Even though it's 1.5 miles, we all know it's a super speedway. So in the game, there's technically 4 tracks that would be considered a super speedway: Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, and Indianapolis. So the people that's going to be running this, they'll get to pick. The 3 tracks with the most votes are going to be the 3 that we run it. Same with the 1.5-mile tracks: Texas, Vegas, Michigan, tracks like that. Everybody will get to pick the ones with the 3 tracks with the most votes. Those are going to be the 3 tracks we'll run for those. And same on with the short tracks and road courses. And how we're going to do that, the 12 tracks that are voted for, I will put them on a wheel, and we will spin the wheel. First track that comes up, that's going to be our first track. Second, so on and so on until we're out of tracks. So it's an interesting concept. Let the mayhem begin. 12 tracks, four track types, one unforgettable season of Twisted Metal. We're also going to have a poll on whether we want to run it on a Monday night or a Tuesday night. I know there are some of our guys that does run other leagues on Monday night. Why next gens are on a break? That's understandable. But if the majority says let's run it on Monday night, we're going to run on Monday night. But if the majority says let's run it on Tuesday night, we're going to run it on Tuesday night. We're not going to run it on a Wednesday because, of course, we got the podcast. Thursday, we have the Thursday Night Thunder. And then Friday, we got the trucks. And Sundays, we got Arcas. So the only other option would be running on a Saturday. And, we could throw it out there on if anybody's interested. But I think the best bet would be looking at a Monday or Tuesday night. We would start at 9 o'clock, meaning everybody would need to be in the race lobby on Discord by no later than 8:55. Because at 9 o'clock, we're going to have everybody in the lobby And at 9 o'clock, we're rolling it. We're not going to have time to wait for anybody. If there is a case where you are running behind, of course, naturally, we'll let you tag the back of whichever, if you make it there in time for the first heat, you can start all the way in the back. I mean, the first stage. After we start the first stage, though, that's it. Because basically, we're going to qualify. Once we get back to the main lobby, we're all going back out of that. We're going to get loaded in, and then we're going. So it's going to be real time consuming to hurry up and get it done so that we're not racing till 11, 12 o'clock at night. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the concept, guys. I hope people are interested and wanted to do it. I know I have talked to one other person, and that they're down for it. Josh, I know you said that you were done with cups, but then when I came across with this idea, you're like, you know what? I might have to give this a shot. So I'm interested to see who's interested there, Josh.
Yeah, Nep. I mean, it was really it's a really cool concept at the end of the day. It's very interesting, and like you said, the voting is going to be a very nice, unique form into deciding, because now you get to see what the community wants. So that's gonna be cool to see. See what it works for people. I know since next gen ended, I know people have been trying to find other stuff to do on Mondays. So that might be something that's already in rhythm for some people. I think the best bet, the best voting day is gonna be a Tuesday, but we get to see what happens. That's the fun of it all. It could be Monday or Tuesday. You won't know until you put that vote out there.
Exactly.
And if you are in the Discord and you have ran those other leagues before, there is now a tab that is under Nep's Twisted Mayhem Shootout. So go over. That's where all the information and stuff's gonna get posted. We're gonna post the slides that were on the slideshow tonight. We'll post that in there probably either tonight or tomorrow, and we'll get everything taken care of. But yep, this is all different. This is all cool. This is all new. Thank you for wanting to do something different. We really do appreciate it.
Hey, I mean, it's one of them things. You know, me. I get to sit around thinking about things, and it's like, you know what? Let's go have some fun. You know, and that's the thing, guys. With this thing, it's twisted. It's different. It's something that I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you, you're not going to find another league out there that does it their their format like this. So it's completely out of the usual. So I mean, all I say is come. We're gonna have a blast, guys. Competitive. Yes, we're all competitive. That's why we race. But the most important thing is having fun at the end of the day.
Exactly that, and we make a big family and big community out of this. So, I mean, as of right now in Discord, we just started Discord up what maybe a few months ago. We're already at 34 members that's in the Discord, so that's cool to have. And come out and try out some Neps Twisted Mayhem Shootout. See if it's something for you, and if it's not, hey, you tried. But I think a lot of people will be very interested by this. The format goes crazy. I mean, you're not going to be starting in the same spot each stage. Everything gets completely taken away from you and flipped around. So that'll be, man, that'll be cool, Nep. I think you really hit it out the park with this idea.
I appreciate it, Josh.
No problem at all. But Nep, we appreciate it as always. Let's get diving into some stuff. As people do know, Shicey usually comes in and covers his truck series. He is not here tonight. Um, we send some get well wishes towards him and his family. His grandfather is going through some stuff right now, so keep them in your thoughts and prayers. That's the big thing for him. Um, but Yep. If you would like to cover the dirt side of things, I will let you keep running wild. If not, I'll step in and take care of it.
Well, actually, we got the trucks first, there, boss.
That's what I'm
I think
talking
you
about.
got
So I'm gonna do the trucks first. Thank you very much.
I think. Well, what it is, realistically,
Yep.
you know, it, it, you know, because we thought Shiesty was going to be here. So it's like after I talked, then Shiesty would come in and talk about the truck. So otherwise, normally we would discuss the dirt series and then go trucks and then go.
To
But
Arca.
anyways,
Amen.
you do trucks, I'll do dirt, and then you can
Always.
finish it off with the
I love it.
Arca.
Gives you a little bit of break. So yeah, sit there, get a nice beer, cracker open, and relax. I'm sipping on Dubby. All right, we're gonna dive into the nitrous racing series for the Craftsman trucks. Starting off, Homestead Miami Speedway for the third race of their season. The points battle was starting to open up a little bit before this. Still close, but starting to open up. So it's very interesting to see how the points turn out, and everyone gets to learn that now. So as you can see, Homestead Miami Speedway is a mile and a half oval, and of course, start time's always 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. Without further ado, heat races. Heat one, Reb has been on a tear. He's one of my drivers. He wears a TRT label very strong, and that man has been nuts every place he goes, every league he's in the middle of. He has been setting some fast paces, fast laps, and he is a loose cannon right now in the best way possible. So he goes out there, gets the Heat 1 win. Heat 2, Wolfie man. Wolfie's been a sneaky little shit. I'll tell you right now. He has just came out of nowhere and became this very dominant in all seriousness. He's become a very dominant driver. It's awesome seeing him turn out to be how he is. He's getting on practice and running these cars, running the trucks, getting to learn everything, and he always wants to get on to run. And it's cool. Wolfie's a great guy. We've been having him around for a little bit, and he's definitely one of the ones that I hope sticks around with whatever we're able to do and continue to push out. But hop in the race there. Does everyone know it's Homestead? Homestead, rev the top or try to throw sliders, and I'm hoping pray that the truck sticks or the car sticks and you don't cause a big wreck. But as we can see here, at the end of the day, Speedy Racer, his first official start in the truck series, actually for any series in the TRT side, he goes out and wins the race. Speedy Racer 2000 conquers Homestead, Miami in a thrilling debut. He made a statement in his first start in the Nitrous Racing Series, driving his number 18 Toyota Tundra to victory lane at Homestead Miami Speedway. After a clean, consistent run and a dominant performance in the final stage, Speedy crossed the line first to earn his maiden Nitrous win. A win in his debut, the future is bright. But I'm gonna put this out there now. Shiesty, you sugarcoated this way too much. There's one other person that has one start and won their only race in the truck series, and that's moi. So you better give me my damn flowers. But as you can
Mm-hmm.
see here, stage one, Sharton ended up winning stage one. Stage two, Redneck ended up winning. And yeah, I'm very surprised in how well that race was ran, and how clean and racy the trucks were. And congratulations to those guys over there. Um, as we take a look here for race results, this was the finishing order. Yes, it was a little bit on the lighter side for attendance, but hey, every league goes through it. Speedy gets first, Wolfie second. I mean, Reb second. Wolfie pulls out third. Then you had Big Mike, Sharton, Lakille, Nep, and James. Fastest lap went to Reb. Before I jump into anything, Nep, I have a question to ask you. Um,
Right.
I'm gonna assume you didn't like the way your truck was handling. Can you speak about that a little bit?
I just couldn't figure out the setup, honestly. These trucks ran real loose, and you, um, it was a fine line to to get into the turns and keep it out of the wall. Um, I one time a couple of laps I'll sit there and I'll be getting it, and then all of a sudden it's like I just completely forgot. It's like I couldn't find that line. Um, at it was it was an it was definitely an interesting track to say the least. Um, but maybe I practice on it. I just yeah, yeah. These trucks were real touchy, and you had to be real careful how you got on the throttle and off. And I just didn't quite have it, but I'm not gonna let it beat me up. I'm gonna be ready for this Friday, that's for sure.
Yeah, and as we know, we're pulling into a very interesting track this Friday. So that will be very interesting to see the battles that go on there. Um, and hey, we might have a new winner again for the season. So that'll be cool. Keep it going because as of right now, three different races, three different winners, and that's not just in one series. That's in both series. So that's really cool to see how well stuff is being ran there. But we come over here. We look at the point total for the race. As you can see, Reb earned 18 stage points. Of course, he had his heat win, and then he had his 3 point for fastest lap. He had 76 points. Speedy, 62 points. Wolfie was at 40. Sharton was at 40. Lakille at 40 as well. Wow. That was a lot of 40s in there. Um,
Yeah,
and then Big Mike at 36. James at speed, 31. Nep, you ended up with 28. Um, so that was interesting to see there. Let's go over and look at the point standing because that's really speaks a lot. And as we see, Reb is sitting in first place with his points. You got second is Sharton, third is Wolfie, fourth is James, Lakilles in fifth, Shystie's in sixth, seventh is Rowdy, eighth is Beerstick, ninth is Big Mike, 10th is Speedy, 11th, and that's the cutoff line right there is 10th. 11th is myself, 12th is Rooster, Napier sitting in 13th, Cowboy Watson in 14th, J Clay in 15th, and YouTube Kills in 16th. Um, that's three races in. We kick it back off again this Friday, so that'll be very interesting to see who comes out. And again, maybe we end up with another winner, so another new winner at least. So that would be very interesting. The heat wins, as we can see, have been very spread out, so that's also cool to see as well. So we get to see what happens. Of course, Reb, he's always fast as hell. He's got two. Doesn't surprise me at all. But enough of me talking. Nep, take the mic back over. It's Thursday Night Thunder.
thank you very much. Thursday Night Thunder. Me and Josh had to debate on this because last week they were supposed to run, and with the Fourth of July holiday, people wasn't available to run, so they ended up canceling last week's race. But so we had to kick back as to how long, and then the week before that was the Firecracker, which Jay Clay and Hamrick wasn't going to be available, so they didn't run that. So we had to go back 3 weeks before since the last time they ran to
Yes.
for week 7, which was ran on June 18th. You it was at Desert Rock in the Supers and Pros. You know, it it was some fun racing. Desert Rock is a tough track. Um, they would start up with the pros, of course. Rooster 79 would go out there and get quick time out of the two heats with a 13.278. Then it was heat racing time. Heat one. Well, they only ran. Did they only run one heat, Terry? I'm
Yes,
guessing
because
they.
of low
Yeah,
attendance, they only ran one.
yeah, low attendant. So they only had one heat, and Rooster 79 would be able to pick up the heat win. Um, I think you got your maybe, yeah, heat win. Yeah, I think you got your slides a little messed up, but that's okay.
Hey, don't make fun of my slides. But you're 100% correct.
So we go feature racing, and Sharton 501 would pick up another win, showing how that he is a dominant one. I think he even had to start towards the back of the field
Mm.
for this race, and worked his way through there. Hard Charger would go to. Okay, Sharton would finish first. Rooster 79 would finish second. Hamrick would finish third. Rowdy 1078 would finish fourth. Fifth would go to Mafia Killer. Jay Clay would finish sixth. And Big Mike would finish seventh. Hard Charger went to Rooster 79 as he gained 4 spots. And Hard Luck went to Big Mike as he lost 5 spots. The fastest lap of the race went to Rowdy 1078, who would pick up a $5 bonus, his first fast lap award of the season, which then, with that race, it puts our points currently sitting in first as Rooster 79 in the Pro Late Models with 357 points. Hamrick is sitting in second with 316 points. Jay Clay's sitting in third with 312 points. Sharton 501 sitting in fourth with 302 points. Fifth place is Mafia Killer with 284 points. Rowdy in sixth. Bullet Bob in seventh. Clinker in eighth. DTM CKW sitting in ninth as he is tied with Wolfie Man. 11th is EMC Heavy D. Rooster Triple X is in 12th. Big Mike 13th. Bames sitting in 14th. NASCAR sitting in 15th. 16th is Blake G. 17th is Trigun. 18 is Killer Shark. And 19 is Redneck. So then it was time to run the super late models. Sharton would come out there with the fastest qualifying with a 12.980. Then he would go out there and clinch the heat win, setting us up for a fun feature race, 40 laps, hammering it out. Mafia Killer would come in and pick up the win, followed by Hamrick 410 would finish second. Hamrick felt good about that track, so Sharton would finish third. Rooster 79 would finish fourth. Jay Clay would finish fifth. Big Mike finished sixth. And Rowdy 1078 would finish seventh. Um, your hard charger would go to Mafia Killer. And your hard luck would go to Rowdy 1078. And Rowdy 1078 would also pick up a $15 fastest lap of the race, as he had the fastest lap with a 12.937. And then once all the dust settled, we had points. For the Dirt Super Late Model Series, Rooster 79 sitting there in first place with 342 points. Jay Clay is sitting in second with 322 points, only 20 points behind. Then 10 points behind Jay Clay is Hamrick with 316 points. 312 points. Mafia Killer sitting 13 points behind him with 299 points. And 1 point behind Mafia Killer. And he is hammering out. Is Sharton, who I believe he's missed 2 races. He missed, I want to say he missed the first 2 races. And
Yeah,
he
and
has just
he's
been
fucking on it, man.
moving up there.
Yep.
As he's sitting in fifth with 298 points. Then the rest of your points go Rowdy 1078, Bullet Bob, Clinker, CKW, Wolfie Man, Heavy D, Rooster Triple X, Trigun, Big Mike, Bames, NASCAR, Killer Shark, Blake G, Beer Stick, Ford, and Reb. Um, as far as I'm aware of, counting as of right now, they are still looking at running this week. Um,
Oh, let me add that.
that yeah.
But go ahead, keep talking
I
up. Sorry.
I'm not. I can't really remember right off the top of my head which track they're going to be at. Oh, Cedar Cedar Lake. Yeah, they'll be at Cedar Lake this week. In the pros and late models. And guys, you've had a 2 week, almost 3 week break. Time to get back out there and finish this season strong. I know this past week, 4th of July, family time and all that. Um, so now, time to get into racing gear. I'm sure Hamrick will sometime, probably tomorrow, will set up the sign up. Get in there and sign up. Um, let's get these numbers up. That way they can run the 2 heats and make it real interesting. But for that,
Yep. Before we get off this topic, I'm glad you brought that up because that was something I want to touch on personally. Guys, in order to keep leagues going, you need to have people show up to keep the leagues going. If it gets to a point where only 3 or 4 people sign up, it makes you feel like you wasted your time. And I know Hamrick and Jay are both getting to the point where they're just like, well, what's going on? Number one, I get it. It's summertime, so people aren't always on the game. Um, yeah, that I know people get busier during the summer and vacations. So I understand that point, but also need more activity. If you're not going to be there, maybe tell the people a couple days in advance or to a week in advance, etc., just so they know, so they can plan accordingly. Because when they canceled last week, I really felt bad. I wish they would have ran because that would have been nice for at least the guys that always showed up. But I think they only had 3 yeses, and it's just like you can't expect to be a part of a league and expect it to run if you're not going to show up. So if if it's gonna come out to a point where like a lot of people aren't showing up, tell these guys. At least tell them, just so they can pre-plan to be like, all right, well we're only gonna have 4 people, so we won't run this week. We'll push it back an extra week or something like that. I really felt bad they had to cancel their race last week because I know it was gonna be a great race regardless. But Cedar Lake should be a fun one to watch. We should be back up in the booth for that Nep, so that's gonna be pretty sweet. Um, and yeah, but yeah, show up, give these guys, give these guys what they've been looking for, and that's some great competition, some great racing, because that's what we do this stuff for. Is not just to do it; it's to enjoy it, and you can't enjoy it unless you have a crowd and unless you have a community come together to join it with you. So, Nep, thank you for covering dirt. We appreciate it.
well, I appreciate it.
All right, let's get over to the D2D ARCA Revamp Series. Starting off at race 3 with Martinsville. Um, Again, it's the paperclip for a reason. It's small. It gave everyone a warning beforehand. There's probably going to be bumpers being thrown, so be prepared. As we go in, we were able to knock out 3 heats. As you can see, Magic Mike won heat 1. Myself finally got a heat win. I won heat 2. And Speedy won heat 3. Um, Both pretty, all 3 of those heat races pretty quick. So that was fun to watch, and fun to be a part of. Fast times. I mean, these things have no balls out of the corner. They're hard to drive at that track, but God, it was a good time. It was really a good time. So, long story short, after the hour and 15 minutes or 17 minutes of us running, Reb just dominated at the end there. It was me, Reb, and Speedy. We were all pretty much shut together, ripping, racing as hard as we could. But Reb showed he was a dominant car, and he was a dominant car. He had it figured out when he needed to, and he put on a strong showing en route to his first ARCA win. So he got his first ARCA win for this season. So that was really cool to see. Um, As we go over the race results, Reb was first, I was second, Speedy third, JP was fourth, Shicey was fifth, Sharton was sixth, Beer sixth, seventh, Big Mike eighth, Ninth was James. Rounding out the top 10 was good old Nep. And then you had Rowdy, Bullet, Magic Mike, and Hezzy. Hezzy I thought was gonna have a great card too, but he ended up having issues pretty quick into the race. Um, let's go over these points. I'm gonna forewarn everyone. There are some very tight battles going on here, and let's talk about first through fourth. JP's still leading the points. He's got 118 points. Reb is second at 116. Shicey's at third with 113. I'm at fourth with 110. So you have four positions that are 8 points within each other, and it's the top four positions. Nuts. Then you have another cluster that are super close to each other. You got Magic Mike in fifth with 89. Big Mike tied for sixth with James at 84. Beer Stick in eighth with 80. So right there, the next couple you have separated by 9 points. Then from Nep to Sharton, they're separated by 6 points. Then you have J Clay and Hezzy holding on to the last two spots, and they're separated by 2 points. But hold on, it gets even closer. Samoa's in 13th, off Hezzy by 1 point. Then Rowdy's off Hezzy by 4 points. Then Lakille's off Hezzy by 5 points. Bob's off Hezzy by 9 points. So you have a cluster of six drivers within 10 points of each other for the final two spots in the playoffs. We still have some time to go, so it's not crunch time yet, but keep those battles tight. And then you have Hamrick in 17th. He's 14 points off the cut line. Speedy just made his first start, had a strong showing. He's 21 points off the cut line. RCR, we have not seen since the first race. He's 24 points off the cut line. And B, we have not seen since the first race. He's 28 points. NASCAR is 35. Wolfie's 37. Rooster is 38. And YouTube 99 kills is at 38 as well. Um, yeah, I mean, Nep, I'm gonna bring you back in here. And plus, your voice is just you make the podcast. So get over here. The first thing I'm gonna say is you're sitting ninth in the ARCA points right now. How comfortable do you feel, if any?
Not. I mean, you look at these points. I mean, it's hard to, for anybody to be like, oh yeah, I feel comfortable right now. Because I mean, the key is I've got to go out there and r- run some damn good races, and not let up. Because I know these guys behind me, they're not going to let up, and they're coming, they're gunning. You talk about, you know, Sharton, who, in 10th, J. Clay, Hess. Then Samo, we all know, he's one that he can get dialed in at any point, and then he's like one of the top guys out there. So I'm not comfortable at all, not by a long shot. What would make me comfortable? Um, to start racking off some top five finishes, getting some stage points and all, and fingers crossed, toes crossed, legs crossed, arms crossed, eyes crossed, but get a damn win. So, and you can rest assured, um, I might not be the fastest guy out there, but I damn sure going to do everything I can to try to, secure that first win of my career.
Yeah, I mean, yep, you're getting closer and closer. There was a couple times in next gen you finished second or you were running second. I'm just saying, you're getting there. You're finally getting the hang of these cars, and even on tracks that are difficult to run that are ovals, you've gotten so much better. So that first win is
Well,
crazy.
you know, I'm just going to go out there and say it. The first three races were difficult. I mean,
Mm.
we ran two road courses, and I've never came out there and said that I was good at road courses. you know, you've never heard me say, "Oh
Hmm.
yeah, I'm real good at road courses," you know, I'm honest with that. So we had two road courses, and I just got out there and just did the best I could. I never let how rough I was doing out there on the track get me down. I stayed out there and ran every lap. Um, then we go to Martinsville after that, and Martinsville's not an easy one either. So, um, but we got some tracks coming up that does help that I do look pretty good at on paper. So I'm just hoping to carry that over into the rest of the season.
And also another thing I'm gonna bring up too, and again this goes right back to what I was saying for Thursday Night Thunder. Show up for your leagues because as you can see, every single person that has started all three races so far are the top 9 spots. So showing up matters. So even if it's gotta be a quick start in park or wherever the case is, do what you gotta do. Making sure you show up, get your points, and you'll be doing good. For instance, UNEP, you are getting top tens. You finally got a top 10. I believe at Martinsville, I think was your top 10. So now you just got to build off it from there. So I mean, yeah, a couple people. I mean, Samo, I think he's got 2 starts. He's only got one top 10. So I mean, you have to compare that as well as you're running right now an equal to a guy that should be like an S tier on the racing side of things. He's just like he's supposed to be above and beyond. Doesn't matter if you had trouble or not. You're running better than him and you're ahead of him. So keep your head up, keep pushing forward, keep working on it. You know, as you know, everyone over on the TRT side, we're all here to help you out. Reb is a huge, huge help. I mean, God, he's teach me a couple things, and I've teach him some stuff. So definitely, we're here to help you out, and we want to keep seeing you get stronger every week. And you were showing a lot of signs of life at the end of the season for next gen. So it's nice seeing that you're carrying that over, and you're coming over here. You're really performing. So keep it up. The wins will come soon.
I appreciate that. It does mean a lot to me. And that this week we got a track that, if you remember right, in the next gen series, I finished second in. So some people don't like super speedways, but I say I don't care. I do pretty decent at super speedways. So I look forward to it definitely.
Well, good, Nep. We look forward to having you for times and times to come. So yeah, we're glad to have you here, as always, and you are definitely one of the old heads, I will say, on the side of how long we've been doing stuff for. So you've been around just as long as me and Smo have been around. And NASCAR, he started the first season ever when we ran third Daytona Racing League when we ran the Cup Series, the Pro Cup Series. So, and that ran for quite some time, 4 years. So yeah, you've been around, and we want to keep you around, and it's nice seeing you get better.
So,
All
I
right.
don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. So
Well, goddamn it, it'd be a better not, because if so, I'm gonna come hunt you down. All right, let's get into the ads. Let's end this on the right note. First off, I always want to say thank you to Bob over at First Place Autoglass, the leader in autoglass. For all serious inquiries, please email firstplaceautoglass@yahoo.com. Um, Funny story. I'll throw it in here quick. I saw Bob posted in one of our chats. There's a car. I believe it's a late model. I didn't look at it too specifically. But his car that he sponsors went out and won his heat race tonight while I was there. So that was cool to see. Bob's first place auto glass sticker right on the side of that thing. So it was cool to see that thing over there in at least Heat Victory Lane. So hopefully he goes out and gets the yellow W tonight. Also, Come on, Town Boy Racing Television time stubby. Go over there, head over there, www.w.gg. Use the promo code TEMP26. Get 10% off your order. Try this stuff out. I'm currently drinking it right now. Just letting you know, I was yawning. I was yawning when I poured myself a cup. I have not yawned this whole time. Finally. Usually I'm yawning through these. Tonight, I'm wide awake. We're good to go. Um, nope. Thank you for showing up for another wonderful episode with a new name attached to it. So it's really cool to have that here. And we appreciate everything that you put into it. Again, thank you for always showing up and being that right hand man when it comes to the show.
Mhm. Hey, I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world there, Josh.
Yeah, we have a great time and we keep things lively and fun over here. So, Nep, let's get into the closing side. Again, everyone have a wonderful night. We appreciate you stopping in here. Are you ready?
Are we gonna do this?
We gonna do this. We always
Let's
gonna
do
do
it.
this, so we gonna do this. All right, on three. One, two, three. To be continued.
To be continued.
I think it was pretty close. We're gonna rock with it. Thank you for tuning in to Total Nonstop Racing Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Everyone have a wonderful night. We will catch you next